Good morning, good day, good evening, good whatever, good Sunday, good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Whenever you're listening to this or joining us live, thanks for being here. Wow, how about these crazy energies we got going on? Lots of change, lots of movement, lots of opportunity. We've even seen it in our weather. We were really cold and rainy, and now we're like hot again. So we've gone from 100 degrees to 60 to back to 90. It's crazy here on the East Coast. Um, I just want to say a few things. We had an amazing retreat with the group for the summer solstice. And for those of you that were with us in person, thanks for coming. It was really beautiful, such a tender group. We did a lot of work with the land and the planet and the water, and we did some work in the Susquehanna River and had a picnic and activated our Maharic shields. And it was really just so effortless and beautiful. So when these people like this, come together, it's so sacred and so special. And it's really amazing to do it together. And I think when people sign up for these retreats, they think we're going to be in meditation the whole time, and we're not. We're doing all kinds of things. And it's great awareness for us because we just think everybody knows what we do, and we don't. I mean, we don't always explain, we think somebody's
We
in.
don't explain because we don't know.
It's a lot of times created by the group.
Because the transmissions come when the transmissions come, and it's based on who's coming. So
Yes.
every time you come, somebody signs up, it adds a different facet to the collective. And so
Yeah.
it's
So,
difficult for the personality because we want to have it written down so that you guys will know. Here's the structure.
yeah. So thanks. And we also had Orlando here this past weekend, and he is such a beautiful soul and did an incredible sound healing with instruments and indigenous instruments and crystal bowls. And just we were submerged in this sound, travel. And some of us felt like it was 15 minutes. It was actually 2 hours, and it was incredible. When it was over, we were like, what? So he left late yesterday, and he'll be back, we think, in the fall, which is great. We'll keep you posted and that. And then we have a sound healing next Sunday, July 6th, which will be nice. I was going to do it outside, but I think it's going to be too hot. So we'll probably be in the meditation room. I think we have 3 spots open. So if you haven't signed up, that's local in
Can I say
Chatsworth.
just a little bit about Orlando's
Yeah, please.
sound healing?
Please.
One of the things that we like to do with the retreats and with the healing, sound healings, right? Is really they're platforms for collective consciousness, right? That's what's being woven together is this awareness that we are a collective and that we're being turned on with the sound healing. What's being healed? Well, our blueprint's being healed. Our physical bodies are being healed so that we can let go of the lower energies and receive what the earth has to offer, the stellar activation cycles, right? So we go to the best way to do that is to be in nature and to do these what we call offerings or pagamentos or energy worked in a collective grid, a collective consciousness. And it's so rewarding when the earth responds. You don't realize how much the earth is there ready to respond every time you offer your inner love, your inner whatever the gift that you wish to offer, and how it's received and how it's getting stronger and better and more palpable and more active, and we expand and the planet expands, and it's just like this feedback loop of ecstasy and joy, and we just
Bliss.
wanted that. It's like so we're grateful when you come and sign up and want to do this work with us. So
Yeah. And so in that work, the Mamos and Kogi and Zagas will be coming back. They are going to come back in September. There will be a public program in Nantucket Island, Massachusetts for 2 days. One is on Saturday, September 20th, and the other one is on Sunday, September 21st. They'll be going up on the websites this week, and so you can see the program there. It's going to be quite extraordinary. The program Saturday will be for men and women, and with the full group, and the Sunday program will be the women's program, and it will be at a private residence on the island. So more details forthcoming about that. And that's pretty exciting. They will be doing some personal healing sessions. They will be on the island. So if there's interest, that will be also in the link. You can sign up there. So, um,
And they will be doing some. We're going there, Nantucket, because it's a powerful vortex. It's
yeah.
in that Gulf Stream energy that's coming up the coast. There's the North Atlantic energy up there. There's the glacier energy of the island itself, and then there's the whole connection to Atlantis underneath. So, and they're water. They work with the elements. They work with the primal waters. And
Mm.
so, if you're called to working with the elements and working with nature, and that vortex is a very clearing energy. It's a very, if you want clarification in your mental body, you want to be a part of these pagamentos. And they're also going to be doing not only those individual programs, but there'll be a couple special. We haven't figured out exactly where we're going to go yet, where we're being guided by Mother Earth, but there will be some special pagamentos or offering ceremonies that we do to the deities there at the Nantucket Island into the Atlantic. Yeah.
It was an indigenous, well, all the land and everywhere was indigenous at one point, but there's a very strong indigenous energy there. So we'll be tapping into that. And what I go back into and it is the fall equinox, during that time period. And it's the time of the harvest and getting ready for the winter and, really important times. And what I love about doing this work, um, there's so much seriousness and so much intensity right now and discord and distraction and contraction. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in it. I mean, I struggle just to find sometimes a podcast to listen to that's not, that's just light. And when we do this work, there's so much play. It takes you out of the seriousness of doing the work, like I gotta get everything right. And, at the summer solstice, we were all dancing around in this big overlook with these incredible two divine masculine feminine twin flame trees, oak trees, playing flutes, playing recorders like we were in fifth grade or fourth grade or whatever, kindergarten, you know,
And I was getting good at it,
and
huh?
he was very good. And you got the rattle going because somebody else in the group
Oh
was doing
yeah.
both instruments. It's like, oh, I got
She can
music
do a
envy
rattle
going
and a
on
flute
here.
at the same time. I was rocking the rattle and the flute, honey.
So it takes you back to the purity of your soul and your spirit. And it also heals the planet and serves, and we serve each other. So there's a levitivity and a playfulness and a joy that all that brings,
Innocence.
an innocence, totally an innocence. So I just am grateful at that. And like I said, with the energies going on, it's moving so fast. And we are seeing people moved around the chessboard quicker than they can even catch up. And it's like,
Their personalities are being
yeah. I mean, really, like,
shaken. Shaken is the word I was looking
I say like going onto a cheese grater, like you're like the
for.
Parmesan cheese, and it's like what? So just the more you can lean into spirit, God, whatever your belief system is, creator,
Soul.
just, yeah, let go. And our personalities are being just cleansed. And there's nobody that's not going through this. I mean, it's on every level. And just when you think you got it figured out, comes around the corner, it's like, what? So, lean into God, lean into each other. And for me, what I think is being teased out, and really I had some really big ahas and lessons, is, and I shared this with some of you, when you're with the Zagas and the Mamos, they're always in the present moment and they don't correct each other and they don't see right and wrong. And they always commune as a community. So if I would come in with something that was an offering, they would all gather and then decide who was going to receive it if it was one item. And there was no like energy of, I'm really bummed that person got that. It's like, or if they needed to make a decision, like if they were divining about where to go, they would sit together and talk about it. And it was like, if someone made the decision, they would be like, okay, we're going to go with it. And there was no attachment to, I think we should be doing this and this is wrong. I mean, they would talk, but it was they let it go. So they didn't hold things within themselves. And the one thing they talked to me about was I hold on to things, whether I'm aware of it or not. And they told me it goes into my body, particularly my womb. And a lot of women and men have wombs, we hold it there, right? So they gave me this like little bee to talk into, like, ooh, I'm having an issue. So I didn't hold into my physicality, right? So they do that, and that's how they work with nature. They go out and they not only offer love and blessings and nourishment to the trees, but they also release any concerns or they just let it go. So I found it was so subtle, but the fact that they don't correct each other, I'm always correcting people. I mean, it's like I'm catching myself, right? And it's like, wow, you really do that. Why do you need to do that? You don't. You just kind of observe. And when you observe, it's like there's some freedom that begins to manifest because if spirit's really running the show, not us, but I think I run it half the time, but it's like just lean in. So there's this level of trust too of the process. So they don't hold blame or um, projection. It's amazing. Resentment, any of these things. And I think we do in our Western world. I mean, I certainly do. So I would just invite that into your life right now as there's a lot of blame and finger pointing. You go to one news station and it's this way, and you go to another news station and it's the same subject, completely the opposite. And you're like, who do I believe? What is real? I don't know. I don't think anything's real anymore. As a matter of fact, I think the best thing you can do is go within. And that's what they do. If there's something going on, they go within and they are in within their heart and their soul and the alignment with spirit. And from that comes something. So there's so many distractions. The astrology saying I'm not an astrologer. It's going to get louder and more distracting. So I just invite everybody into a space of self-inquiry. What is this? Does this resonate with me? We got a really disturbing text yesterday and from somebody, and it was like, and Michael waited to tell me because I was in with Orlando doing some work, and when I looked at it, I was in a really pure space, and I looked at it and I said, "This isn't real." I said, "This isn't this is not." Like I could have reacted to it, and I was like, something's out of alignment here. So we sat with it. We sat with it instead of reacting to it. And we found out that it wasn't real. It wasn't real. And we could have, somebody else did something. It's like a joke, right? But it was a really pretty intense joke, right? To manipulate something. And it was like, wow, wow. So it's going on everywhere. And so you're all masters, you're all in the front line, you're all leaders, you're all holding space for your family, community, whatever you're doing, and the planet. Game is on, man. I mean, I'm blown away with moment by moment of what's happening. So, um, and there's one last thing I just want to share. So Sarah, our dear friend Sarah Boss, who's some of you have met in retreat, she comes for a lot of our ceremonies. She's a great astrologer. She's leading a women's retreat in Portugal in September. It's going to be it's really on kind of trauma healing for women. Beautiful timing. She's set up some great accommodations. If you feel called to that, I'm going to put the link below. It's September, I think 10th through the 14th. And so, anytime we can support each other in community of doing the work and what you resonate to, we're going to put that in there. So that's in Portugal, and she knows the area really well, so she'd be a great person to travel with. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's a great time. Right before the spring equinox.
Fall.
Portugal, the retreat is
Fall. Look
beautiful.
at,
Fall,
see
fall,
what I corrected him.
spring, fall.
Ah, I corrected you. That's so funny. I should have just let it go. Like the mamas would have just did nothing. They just sort of let it continue and know that all of you would have gotten the information. God, spirit works amazing. That's so funny. Sorry, honey. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you for the
baby.
example.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for the teaching. So
Let's
yeah,
laugh at ourselves.
just to get back in that frequency of Portugal, right? I'm in the frequency of Portugal because it's just this beautiful vortex. I've never been, right? But I
Oh,
know when I tune in that and I know there's a big Stargate off the coast, and so there's a very strong planetary activation right now. So if you can't, in Mother Nature and a retreat there and the beautiful retreat, I mean, we'll send it to you, and you guys can look at it and tune up for Nantucket. And I just wanted to just add a echo just a few things about the collective and this energy of we're getting tossed around. We're getting what's the ego's getting shaken. And so we're all in the ego and the collective and looking at, and how do we get out of that, right? Well, what is being rocked? What is being shaken is that is there's like a and the ego cares about itself. That's what it cares about, right? And maybe it was at one point about security and safety, but it cares about itself and what it can get out of life and what it can get from others. And it's kind of that little bit of a dark shadow that we have, right? And we how do we move out of that? Is we cultivate humility, right? And humility is usually something we have to go through some kind of breakdown to get. Our faces have to be
kicking
have
and
to be pushed
screaming.
into some kind of trauma situation, right? This is why we're here doing trauma healing in Portugal because we were not in it, we did not take it as a lesson of humility or surrender is another way of putting it. And how do we cultivate that surrender? I've been in that inquiry. Like, how do I be more humble? It's really aligning with soul, aligning with higher self, aligning with God. But the other aspect that's really coming strong for me lately is not claiming credit. I
Yeah.
did this. I'm the doer. Because what's really, if you really slow it down and you really look, you have an intention and God fulfills the intention. It goes through your collective, through your conditioning, your mental body, your emotional body. Ego grabs it before you can even, your awareness of seeing it and says, oh, I'm doing this. I'm this. I'm somebody. I'm this. But when you give it to God first and you say, God, you're the doer. How may I serve in offering it? You're no longer in that ego and you're no longer being tossed around. You're in service to whatever is flowing through you. So just something
Mm.
for you to, to align with that humility because it's so much funner to be cultivating that and then to have your face against the cheese grater, as Denise said, right? And feel like you're being, torn apart. So, what else is there to say about these energies, honey?
No, I think we should just go into a great meditation for everybody. That was beautifully said.
Thank
I
you,
love
honey.
that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really just feeling, and I just want to say that because it's just like it's here. So, the Emerald Order has been very strong with me, and there's like this opportunity for to do some more service at a planetary level with the Emerald Order. And so we're going to have this these trips and these classes that we do, which we're building temples of light is kind of the Stargate Ascension series that we've created, creates the infrastructure for that higher consciousness for the Emerald Order to be able to accrete or to it's too high if we don't have it's too high of a frequency if we don't have the umbrella that will catch it and hold it. And that's our light body and our crystalline body and our plasma body. And that's what the teachings are. We got a class starting on July 1st. It's our
Tuesday.
fourth series. And I think it's on Tuesday nights from 7 to 8, I think East Coast time. So if you're interested in that, we've also got them. So that would be really good because we're going to be stepping into what I call platforms of consciousness, collective consciousness grids, where we're going to be charged up by the Emerald Order and our Christos Higher Self, which is one and the same, but and doing some as we can hold more and more of that frequency, we can serve better as a collective. So
Yeah. And the classes we've done, like Temple, building at Light Temple 1, 2, and 3, all built on each other. They were very technical on the Catharic grid and the Maharic shield. This one has that as a foundation, but it doesn't require you to do the 3 classes. So if you haven't done 1, 2, and 3 and you want to come into 4, you can come into 4. We have some people that were with us last weekend that are going to come into that class. So that is like the amethyst and the white. I love the white lotus flower activation. That's so
it's a game changer.
these are activations and practices to help hold the energy. So if you haven't there, it's online, it's recorded. If you have like things on Tuesday nights, you can listen back to the recordings, but it's on our website. So I'll put that link in the long description.
You wrote all those things down,
I
honey,
did,
that you're going to
honey,
be doing? Okay.
me like
Let's prepare for medication.
medication, heavily
We're going to do some
meditated. Yeah.
meditation. That's exactly what meditation is supposed to do. Heal
Yeah.
us,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
align us.
Let me see here.
Just
Share.
hit screen up there.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd think I'd have this down by now.
There you go.
Loading. There we are.
Our collective
Look at
grid.
the white lotus in well, it's kind of a pink lotus, but
Oh, that is a white lotus, isn't it?
yeah.
All righty, everyone, just kind of check in right now. I'm sure some of you have already noticed, all of you, that the energy's already been worked. We've already been working or receiving. So you just want to notice where in you, what points of your light body are being activated right now. You may notice that just above your tailbone, there's some really strong energy behind your sacral chakra, kind of grounding you in your light body. You may also notice there's a real strong, it's like a core, it's a coring energy in your heart, like a galvanization of a sphere of golden light. It may not feel so ooey gooey right now. It may feel more like, oh yeah, this is it's like it's more like a piercing energy, like we're going to be stretching out that which has been calcified within the heart energy, heart consciousness. So breathe into that, just kind of presence that golden sphere within the sourcing of your inner heart. You're breathing into it and you're kind of seeing where that center point is. You're bringing your focus. And sometimes that focus of your energetic heart may connect into your spine or your Sushumna channel behind your physical heart. And just see how they're aligned and centered. Your physical heart, your energetic heart, and your inner heart, what we kind of call your sacred space within your heart or your crystalline diamond heart. And notice as you presence that crystalline diamond frequency in your awareness, how it illuminates and resonates that Sushumna channel right behind your belly button, your solar plexus, above your tailbone. And the two are, we could say, resonating together. And as you tune both of them in, you may feel your heart expanding even more, and you may feel yourself grounding even deeper as the energy kind of flows through your tailbone, clearing out the Sushumna channel and beginning to move into the root chakra. And just notice how it glides. The frequency or the energies moving from the tailbone, kind of like the tailbone's like a spinner, that kind of propeller that kind of mixes it a little bit, and very soft fanning and pushes it down in through the lower tailbone, wraps around into and activates, fills up your root chakra. And you may even just start to imagine that white lotus, those four petals of your root chakra, front, back, left, right. You may feel them as slightly tingling or just illuminated, as if they're coming into an etheric awareness. And you may even start to feel as you presence them and they become a little more concrete in your awareness. You may start to feel like a spinning, a slight gentle vortex there. And it has this effect of coring down ever so slightly, like an eddy of water. So with that image, breathe into your heart, feel your heart. Feel the strength of the crystalline heart. Just hold and feel your heart with that frequency, allow it to charge. And then as you gently exhale, feel like you're sending just a nice gentle breeze, waves through your sushumna, through your tailbone, caressing those four petals of your root chakra. And just continue to do that until you just kind of feel your root chakra illuminating. You may even get a sense of turning on, or a sense of you're breathing life in and through your root chakra. And just begin to see as the strength of your root chakra and those petals vibrate at a illumined higher frequency, you may start to feel the envelope. It's like a white sphere generates around your root chakra. And you may start to feel that white sphere with the inner propeller just getting stronger. And you may feel those eddies going down through your antakarana, down into the core of Mother Earth. You may also feel them kind of moving back up into the tailbone. As they move into the tailbone, this is your bringing in this frequency of the fifth dimension, a very higher frequency. So just allow that to be poured into your tailbone consciousness field. Simultaneously, the energies already communicating with the crystalline core of Mother Earth. So you just can kind of follow that and just take that eddy or that vortex down through your antakarana, through your tribal shield, one foot beneath your feet, down into the core of Mother Earth. It's like 18 inches beneath your feet. You kind of like just drop right into the core. Begin to breathe now from the core of Mother Earth. Yeah. You'll notice how that eddy had already communicated and opened the channel. So you like dropped right in. Perfect. And just continue to breathe with Mother Earth. You're synchronizing your crystalline heart frequencies with the planetary crystalline stargate ascension frequencies and consciousness. Your job is to just align, breathe, feel, welcome, witness Mother Earth, Mother Earth's consciousness, communicating with your intention of connection. Good. Now, what just happened was a flash. You may have noticed that the core of Mother Earth, she sent a flash up through our Shushumna channels into our heart fields. And out through our heart fields, we kind of created a collective grid, not unlike the picture that is on the screen right now. But at a higher frequency of our light bodies and crystalline light bodies. See if you can kind of sense or feel yourself arriving in this higher state or higher consciousness platform. And it may help you to kind of just breathe with Mother Earth and pull her consciousness, like wrapping it in through your Antakrana into your heart. Holding in your heart and then exhaling as if you're magnetizing the collective platform consciousness grid into your awareness. Like you're materializing yourself, your higher self that's already there. And you're able to slip into that frequency and begin to feel the higher consciousness grid in your own sovereign light vehicle. And if you can, start to breathe from that platform of consciousness. It's a Christos consciousness, so it's inviolate. It cannot be disturbed from outside forces. You could say we're being held or supported by the Emerald Order. And you're just being brought into awareness of this unification grid that you've already created in a different time and space and are now uniting with. And if you wish to just be in your own sovereign vehicle and feel the goodness, the wellness, the nourishing current of this healing field or platform of consciousness, great. If you wish to expand your heart so that you're moving through this consciousness, because it's a living consciousness field, and explore it a little bit, do so. And if you wish, we've got a very It's a great opportunity here. If you wish, you can call on your higher self consciousness to be more present, to manifest within you, around you, in front of you, and to breathe through their hearts, breathe through your awareness. And notice how, as you do and invite that in, how your perceptive vehicles of your chakras, third eye, all of your chakras are turned on, activated with the frequencies of the emerald order. They're your frequencies. And somehow your body, vehicle, consciousness knows these frequencies. If you wish to invite those frequencies into the cellular level, do so. Invite them in, your free will. And notice how your skin responds, how your nerves respond, how your circulatory system, as they become accustomed and how the knowingness so easily it's remembered. Good. Breathe into your heart now, your third eye, or our third eyes are being magnetized. Allow your third eye to again create that sphere, and within it, the petals. You may feel the two petals of your third eye. Or you just may feel like a white, it's like a white with a blue tinged sphere at your third eye. And notice how the other beings within this unified emerald ordered platform consciousness all have that happening in their third eye. Just be the witness for those in the collective as you breathe into your third eye and stabilize your connection. And as the temple of your third eye opens and expands, notice how it wishes to communicate. Just observe, allow your higher consciousness to guide you, teach you. Weave through your heart field and through your human physical vehicle. That which is in your highest. Those higher aspirations and intentions that you've even forgotten that you created in this lifetime and past lifetimes. Feel them in your heart. And the frequency or the resonance can be that excitement of the realization of the God potentials that you've already requested are being realized through your heart field and transmitted through your third eye into your auric field and into your life experience. Breathe in and up from the core of Mother Earth, the activation. Feel the realization of your potentials and intentions in your heart. This excitement, this well-being, and exhale them out through your crown, third eye, auric field. And merge with your emerald order, higher self, Krystos self. Allow and let go. Relax and receive. Now our individual sovereign light bodies, crystalline light bodies, you may notice are fully charged now, open. They'll continue to charge just automatically with your breathing, your prana. And just notice the third eye, the spheres vibrating at a higher frequency. It's almost like your third eye wants to lift off. The sphere of your third eye kind of wants to lift off, leave the temple of your forehead. And there's like a current that's, as you follow the current up, it's like a current that's moving through your frontal lobe of your brain. It's like a fire. You could see it as a threefold flame or divine light, consciousness dancing above the third eye, just become aware of it. It's almost as if like you had that card game where you put the card and it's facing outward and everybody sees the card, but you can feel and know that you are that threefold flame. The emerald flame, the golden flame, the amethyst flame. And as you sense around this consciousness grid, you can see everyone else's card or flame. All of you are activated, all of us are activated as one flame. Yeah, you may notice that they all kind of converge above us, like a teardrop or yeah, kind of coming to a point above us so that our collective grid is more like a gourd or a teardrop. And we're held in that threefold flame, primal light codes of the emerald order, the amethyst order, and the golden order. Just allow that consciousness to permeate into your chakras, from your crystalline body into your physical, nine-dimensional self. And just receive again, just receive. You may even start to notice that your crown chakra is like a sponge, like a disc or halo. You're just soaking up this prana life force of God consciousness, cosmic consciousness, and weaving it through our collective threefold flame. And now what there's the image that I'd like you to embody is as if we're dropping where we've expanded this teardrop consciousness so it's the size of the planet. And we're just going to drop our consciousness around the electromagnetic field of the Van Allen belt of Mother Earth. So to do that, we're just going to breathe into our hearts as a collective platform grid of consciousness. We're going to breathe in, we're going to hold, and we're going to shoot the energy up through our crown, 3 feet, and the energy up is going to push the platform of consciousness down into and around Mother Earth. So we'll just kind of like drop in, like we drop out of warp into right around the Mother Earth. So breathing into your heart. And as you push the energy up into your higher self above you, the shield itself will push down around Mother Earth. Ready and exhale. And then when you feel yourself landing around Mother Earth, just hold the threefold consciousness and its shape, the Akasha, God consciousness shape around Mother Earth. And feel her crystalline core within your heart, feeding, connected, sourcing from within our collective grid consciousness. You're not only around Mother Earth, you are in Mother Earth. You are Mother Earth. You are sourcing a threefold flame through her grid, through her, all of her bodies. And just feel that love within your heart, a transcendent love, that gratitude. And then exhale out your gratitude, your all, your can't even name it. It's just an all. Now we're just allowing God to move through us. We've created the platform grid and the alignment. Now we get to reap what we've sown. Your God self flowing through you. Begin to pray present now to your emerald water counterpart, your emerald water self in your consciousness grid. Just offer your pranam. Bow your head, bow your heart. Flash of deep gratitude from your heart felt by your emerald self. Bowing to that divinity that's in you. And as you breathe your next inhale, you're just going to breathe into your heart and then exhale back in, down into your physical body. So breathing in together, we'll all do it together. Breathing in. Hold, letting go of your emerald self, knowing you're still tethered, and exhaling back into your body. Landing and breathing. And just take a second to feel yourself acclimating, allowing these higher frequencies to be welcomed into your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. As you feel yourself grounded in your spine, slowly opening your eyes.
Namaste. Thank you all.